Dude,
People
I've seen
lose
people
shit.
find dab carts on the floor and
And then
pick
just-
them up and smoke them.
I told a story about doing that.
Bro, I know. That
Philly?
was common as fuck, bro.
Yeah,
People do
dude,
that.
it's crazy. Somebody tried to dose me with
I found
DMT.
money before on the ground and shit.
My friend dropped a shirt and went back to get a shirt off the fucking sweaty ground. I was like, dude, that shirt's not the same
I'm staying
anymore.
Shirtless.
What is it, episode 63? Episode
Yeah, 63.
something?
Episode 63.
We don't know what's going on. We're actually prepared. We fixed it up. We used to be doing podcasts like literally an hour before release time. And now we have like, fuck it, this might be like our third or fourth episode in the bank.
Yeah.
Still recording an episode the day before one's supposed to come out. But this won't come out for weeks, so it's hard to keep track with what the number is. But welcome to the show. We've got a lot to get into. These have always been my favorite of episodes. Bob's running around trying to make as much noise.
Oh, why is the water running?
And yeah, turn the water off. God damn
You
it.
seen the water bill, bro?
You senior citizen, if you keep acting
seen the
crazy, I'm going to get you put in the home. Or I'm going to have
God damn it, Bob!
Or I'm going to have you come on the show and explain the first thing that I'm going to get into. He still has got the water on. Go play your racing game. This is going to have to get cut. Maybe. Anyway. So, Marquise, you've got parents.
I hope
You hope.
we've all had parents that...
Yeah, I mean, what are you doing if you don't have a mom and a dad? But we've got them. And you see, when they get up into the elder years, not old, but up there, if you have like a decent property on your hands, I don't like how he's staring at me. I'm trying to stick up for you. But anyway, can you please? God, I'm trying to get comfortable here. All right, so pretty much, my dad is. What are you, 72?
74.
72. 71. Bitch. And so we have this house, and it's right next to an amazing school district, and we're blessed. We have a nice house in a nice area. So now that he's 71, you have these vampire blood-sucking house snatchers that are just trying to hit him up and lowball the fuck out of him to try and buy the house out from under him because they think he's gonna die soon. It's a pretty fucked up thing going on.
Fucked up.
So it's just so crazy. Like they'll hit him up, and I don't know. I don't think I've brought this up on a show before.
No.
But they'll hit him up, and it'll be just some weasel like, "Hello, sir. I'd like to talk about buying your home." And they'll just text him like over and over and over again if he doesn't respond. Be like, "Excuse me, sir, are we connected? Could you reach out? Could we arrange something?" And he'll ignore most of them. But every now and then he'll fuck with them, which I think is hilarious. Like the other day, this one hit him up and they were like, "Hey, could we work a deal out of buying our home?" And he was like, "All right, give me an offer." My dad said, "Give me an offer." And he was like, I think the guy was like, "Well, what were you looking for?" And then my dad just repeated, "Give me an offer." And so he said some crazy shit, like a crazy number. I don't know if maybe we'll bleep it. I mean, I don't know the exact
He gave him an
number.
offer.
He gave him a shitty offer.
Okay,
like
yeah.
half the value of the house.
Okay.
And so my dad responds, he's like, let's just say the guy texting him, his name is Tyler. He'll be like, "Well, no, Tyler, I'm actually not interested in selling the garage separate from the home." Because, like, it's almost disrespectful for him to give this number and act like that's what he would take for this house.
Yeah.
And it's just also so fucked up because it's like they're bugging him because they think they can trick him. And it's like, nah, bro's still got his wits about him.
Well, that's probably how they do it, bro. They trick the fuck out of you, and then all of a sudden you gotta,
All of a sudden you're staying in a fucking extended stay hotel or checking into a Red Roof Inn because you just sold your house for half its worth. And it's fucked up because it's not just with houses. They'll do it with all kinds of stuff. As soon as you start getting a little older, they'll just be like, oh, okay, well, we're going to make sure we take advantage of you.
Which is fucked as fuck because
Fucked
you
as
got to
fuck,
see
man.
how expensive shit. I mean, the grocery store is even fucking expensive nowadays. So trying to lowball people, I mean.
Or you'll have people like just asking like, hey, do you want to donate to this cause? And the cause is just fake. Or the scammers that'll call you up or people, there's this one trick where they'll like offer some sort of service and then they'll like fake send you money to your card. I don't know if they actually do send you money or if they just make it look like they sent you money on accident. It'll be like they'll offer you like a refund or something, and then when they go to refund you, they'll accidentally double the amount they refunded you, and then they rope you into this whole thing of like, all right, well, I'm just gonna have you click this link and then give me this information so we can get this all fixed because you owe me money now because we made a mistake. And then long story short, if you go with it and get tricked long enough, they'll just take control of your computer and steal all your information. And so there's like
that's scam.
Yeah, there's YouTubers who will like sit on the phone with those people for like 8 hours, which is hilarious, dude. Those videos, you probably watch the same guy I'm talking about. They'll sit on the phone with these scammers and fuck them around for like 10 hours, 12 hours, 8 hours.
So pissed, bro.
I know, dude. Funny. They start screaming, and then he takes control of their computer.
Yeah.
Because it's creepy, dude. There's certain, like, things they can do to where they literally have control of your shit. Mm-hmm. And it's like, dude, that's nuts. But
I got hacked 3 times last year, dude.
Jeez. How'd you get hacked?
The first time we went to Florida.
Oh, when we went to Tampa, you got hacked? Oh, yeah, because that happened, like, right before then, right?
Yeah, some guy in fucking Tennessee or something bought a whole bunch of game cards. And I closed that out, fucking get back home, and then I go to Tim Hortons one fucking day, which is weird because Tim Hortons, they take your card.
Yeah, like and then the drive-thru.
Yeah, you go through the drive-thru, they take your card and they swipe it. And I leave, and a couple days later, I see Tim Hortons. Damn. And I rarely go to Tim Hortons.
Like somebody's just racking up charges at Tim Hortons.
And it tells you where. It was some guy in fucking New York was racking my shit. But I fucking got a new card and shit, and that shit didn't work. I started getting hacked from Tim Hortons again. So third time.
What the fuck is wrong with Tim Hortons?
I don't know, bro. This person got me good, though.
So you just like... do you think it's the workers at Tim Hortons? They're just like taking your information, or like you swipe it at the wrong spot?
Yeah, I feel like because the scan, the scanner that you put your card through. Bro.
Yeah, some people will make like fake scanners and attach them onto like a fuel pump or any place like an ATM.
That's what confused me because if a worker is doing it, bro, they're fucking.
Yeah, dude, that's bad, bro. Imagine how many people are getting. I had this one time working at McDonald's, my first job, give me a break. And I was working there, and sometimes when we would put the card through the reader, it wouldn't go through, it wouldn't work. And so if it wasn't working continuously, like it wouldn't work at all, they would tell you to get receipt paper and fold it over the card and then swipe it that way, and it would always work. I don't know why. But one time I did that with this lady's card, and she saw me do it, and she lost her shit. Not with me. Of course, they see it, lose their shit in their head. They're screaming in their head. They drive up to the next window and talk to somebody else. Like, I need to talk to somebody. That kid's stealing my credit card information. He put it on a receipt paper. He's going to read the indentations. Like, some crazy shit like that. And they're, like, spazzing. And I'm like, dude, that's what they tell me to do. And, like, that's pretty much what they told her. And she was, like, just still mad.
Yeah.
Thought I was gonna like read the imprints and shit, and so she ended up leaving, and we just forgot about it because what they'll do if somebody freaks out and they know that the worker's not in the wrong, they'll just like, yeah, here's a corporate number, and they just give them some like dumb number to like waste their time.
Yeah.
Or like somebody to talk to, but somebody where you're talking to them and nothing's gonna happen.
Not really.
And then apparently this lady was either really like motivated to get this information to like get the right number, or she already had it. I think she already knew the people who owned the corporation.
Oh, okay.
Because it was a franchise. And so later that night, my manager comes in, they're like, oh my God, she called Mr. Holowicki and like told them that you stole her credit card information. Like she found a way to talk to like the big
head guy.
boss. Yeah. And so I was still cool because I didn't do anything wrong, but they were like, yeah, dude, this bitch was really after you.
That's funny. Fucking, I know someone recently, I don't associate with them, but I heard a story that they were working at a bar, okay? And they ended up stealing $30,000, and they did it by going into the office and just stealing people's checks.
Jesus.
Now, how do you do that and not get caught?
They would just take their payroll, like
I guess,
like
sign off
like
the
so
check.
the bar would hand out checks as like your paycheck.
No, they keep them in the office, like a stack of checks that they were gonna give out to people.
Yeah. And then they just took those.
Yeah, I don't. That doesn't make sense though. That that like maybe it was the works money that they were trying to pay back to like because they pay bills and shit too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I heard something like that. Yeah, and he ended up stealing like $30,000, and he's still out right now. Like he didn't.
They didn't
go
get
to
caught
jail or anything.
Because I was gonna say, like, how do you think you're not gonna get caught doing some shit like that? Like, it's one thing if you're like, oh, I'm gonna give the incorrect amount of change to this person and pocket $1 and like do it slowly. But if you're just outright going and taking paychecks, that's nuts. And then how do you cash those?
I don't know. Actually, that was kind of a bit of time ago now. I don't know what he's up to. He might be in, but wouldn't you think he's got to fucking pay that back? And if so, bro, you know how if you're like going through a rough time and you're stealing money, bro, and you got to pay that back, you know how fucked you're gonna get.
And not to mention what you're doing, you're putting so many other people into an even worse time.
Yeah.
They're like needing a check to pay bills or whatever.
That too.
They're working their ass off and expecting pay as they should, and then somebody just steals it from them, and then that business has to pay their paycheck
then
twice.
You get onto the business and you're like, bro, you stole my money, and then the business is fucking going through
no,
shit.
They stole from us. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God, it's wild. And then there's people who will be like DoorDashing, and I know people who will literally just eat from DoorDash orders. It's crazy because it's shockingly easy because they won't, like, you can just say, oh, I didn't get that from the restaurant.
Exactly.
Or you can say, like, oh, I spilled it or something.
It's not like they're going to drive over to the restaurant and be like, hey, did you get it? I mean, they could call, but, like, is there a proof?
The DoorDash will actually, like, hooks up their workers because, like, you could get a bad rating because, like, the person didn't get their cheeseburger that they ordered.
Yeah.
But DoorDash will never come down on the worker for that because they know that restaurants forget shit all the time. Mm-hmm. And so they're pretty good about that. But them being nice to the workers can also fuck over DoorDash because if they trust the drivers all the time, then you could just be like, oh yeah, I never got that. Meanwhile, you're munching on a cheeseburger.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I was delivering the other day, and the craziest shit happened. I mean, it's not that crazy, but I was at a Rally's, and this was at like 2 a.m.
Ooh, I don't know about Rally's.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. The inside looks real dank in there.
Flies are cool, but
yeah, and like there's flies everywhere, but I'm like. So I pull up to the drive-thru, as you usually do to pick up food.
Yeah.
And I'm like on the speaker and I ask for the order and they're like, is there anybody behind you? And I was like, no. And they're like, all right, well, can you turn around and go to the correct spot where you're supposed to get the food? And there was like a second drive-thru. And they already had like a toot with me. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And so I do that. And it's like it's like a drive-through window. Like there's no speaker or anything. It's just like you drive up to a window, which by the way is on the passenger side.
Okay.
So I have to like reach over or they just dump it in my car. But it looks like a walk-up window. So as I'm waiting for these people to come and give me the order I need, this guy just pulls up and walks up to the window and wedges himself in between my car and the wall. And like he's got these burgers that they must have messed up. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Because it's like 2 a.m. and this guy doesn't look happy. And I'm like sitting there. And then they come to help me. I was there first. And dude, the guy just immediately was like, there's no cheese on these burgers. And I was like, oh my God. Because he said it so quick that they're just going to help him now.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I was trying to be chill, like, cause I'm not a tweaker or anything. And so he's like, yeah, there's no cheese on these burgers. And they're like, well, we don't have any American cheese. And he was like, I said I'd take Swiss cheese. And they're like, all right. And so I wasn't trying to be a dick, but I was like, I trying to let them know, like, I was there first, and
I mean, it's
pick up a DoorDash order. So I was like,
not being a dick when, I mean, it's first come, first serve.
yeah. So I was like, yeah, and I'm still waiting on my DoorDash order. And this guy looks at me and he's like, you'll get your order when I can get you your order, bub. And I'm like, oh, hell no.
No, bro.
Don't call me bub, you fuckhead.
You'll get your order, bro.
It's like, dude, no. Like, because that just makes it sound like you're going to just take your time.
Yeah, of
And
course.
it's like, you're going to get it when I feel like you can get it. And it's like, no. And so
that's when you go and you get your order and you go, well, I hope you have a fucking shitty night,
dude, I try to be cool with these people, but when they treat me shitty, I'm like, I want to snap at them. And
No, bro,
I knew a guy who was working there, a guy we went to school with, and he was pretty cool. And so I'm waiting for this order. By the way, it took forever. Like, they got the dude his food.
It's not your choice that, like, he chose to do that shit, and he chose to be working at that time. And
yeah, it's not my fault you're working at Rallies as a middle-aged man at 3 a.m.
It's not,
like, don't take it out on me, bub.
It's just like, come on, man.
And then so I'm waiting, like, they give him the guy his burgers, which took like 4 minutes, and then another 5 minutes. I'm just sitting there, and it's like I'm in a shitty situation because how can I get their attention without getting them even more pissed off at me and looking like more of a dick? I can't just.
I mean, you're on the time limit.
Yeah.
He's fucking with your money.
Exactly.
I mean, he's getting paid right then and there, while you get paid when you get the delivery.
Burgers, but yeah, but you mean the workers? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm just sitting there waiting. And then eventually the guy I knew came up and he was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, yeah, I'm just waiting on this order. And he was like, oh, all right. And he looks to the side and it was just sitting there. So meaning the order was done and the dickhead just chose to leave it there. And just literally, like I said.
Someone shit in his fucking Cheerios.
Literally, bro. Bro was eating shitty Cheerios and it's not my fault. But so that means, like, he literally just was like, yeah, no, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy for asking for his order one time. I'm just going to leave it there. And then someone.
Not even that, bro. They fucking skipped you. And,
yeah.
Like, the thing is, bro, like.
And he was acting like I was like, hey, dude, fuckface.
Yeah.
My order now.
Yeah.
And all I said was, like, I'm also waiting on a DoorDash order. And he was like, you'll get it when you get it. And so he gives me the order, the guy that I knew, and I was like, thank you. By the way, your manager's an asshole. And then he was like, what? And I was like, your manager, he's an asshole. And he was like, oh, yeah, I know he is. And
oh, damn.
Dude, it was funny because I hope they heard that. And by the way, he's working there, the guy that we know, and so he's got to deal with that guy way more than I do.
Yeah.
So he probably knows exactly what I'm talking about, how much of an asshole he is. So it probably feels good to have somebody be like, yeah, dude, fuck that guy. He looked, those people that just look like dicks.
Yeah.
Like they just look like they're like mad at the world and they're disheveled and just like, fuck you, I'm better than you, but still I hate myself.
Bro, I don't understand, bro. Just people look at you different, bro.
Yeah, it was really dumb, dude. But then earlier that day, I had gotten compliments on pieces from this collection that's coming out.
That was the same night?
Yeah, it was a good day. Well, yeah, up to that, it was a good day, but yeah, dude.
What are like the main places you can like people order at 3 a.m?
I used to never DoorDash after like 10 because I thought that it just completely died. But recently, some other shit's been going on with my other job that I do for like, because I do the business and then I had this other job where I was merchandising. That job's like, I'm getting wacky hours with it now. So I had to pick up my DoorDashing. And so I started DoorDashing later and I found out, to answer your question, there's this wing spot called Wings Over Columbus, which is also, I think there's like other Wings Over, and depending on where it is, it's like Wings Over Atlanta, Wings Over Columbus. Mm-hmm. And so there's that place, and I'll just sit in the parking lot like at night, and which I never do. When I'm DoorDashing during the day, I'll just drive around. Yeah. But I sit in the parking lot, and I've made like $50 in an hour and a half just taking orders from that one.
Yeah, nobody's
spot.
up DoorDashing at that. Well, not as many people are probably up DoorDashing at the same time. And plus, also there's Sheets
And there's
stuff I
Peak
forgot
Pay.
about.
I get Sheets orders too, bro.
Pink Pay, what's that?
Peak Pay.
Oh, Peak Pay.
So there'll be like a
oh yeah, you
bonus,
get
like,
plus $1,
you get
plus
your tip,
$2.
You get your DoorDash pay, and you get your mileage pay, and then on top of that, they'll like put $2 or something. And dude, I had the I usually don't like to talk about this shit, but since we're on the subject, I had the weirdest thing happen. It was mostly in my head, but like, so I was listening to this podcast while I was DoorDashing, and keep in mind, it's like 2:30 in the morning.
Okay.
I think this is actually me delivering the rally's order. And so it's late at night. I'm listening to this podcast about horror movies.
Okay.
And I go up to this house, and they had one of these like gates. So like there's like steps up to the front door, and then halfway like there's like a little corridor that you walk into, and like there's a gate that's like half open that you walk through, and then the front door is like further in. I'm doing a horrible job at explaining it. There's pretty much just a gate, and I was like walking up, and all of a sudden I just got this weird feeling of like, it was one of those things where if I walked through that gate, it felt like somebody could just pull a string and close the gate, and I'd be trapped like
creepy.
a rat.
What the fuck? Yeah.
So I don't know why.
Learn how to jump them fences, boy.
No, but it was like, hold on. It was like a doorway leading to the door that was like this, right?
Yeah,
it
like
was like a little cylindrical
Yeah.
thing, and there was a
Was it
gate.
like a bar fence?
It was like a barred gate that like went, if it's closed, it like there is no hopping over it. It's just like that whole entryway is sealed.
Yeah.
And it was like big metal pointy gothic ass gate. And so I had this weird feeling of like, bro, it was like a horror movie scene. If I walk through this gate and then he closes it behind me, I'm stuck. And so I just had this weird feeling, and so I like rushed. I was like, I put the order in there. I was like, all right, bye.
Yeah.
And dude, last thing on the DoorDash, I was there's this one house, and I've delivered to it twice, and it's one of those things where like you're driving and it's like kind of hood area,
Yeah.
but then you'd make a turn on the street and it's 130% hood, like ghetto.
Okay.
And I always am doing deliveries there at night for some reason, and it's like I've been around the block a couple of times. So I know what the fuck is like a bad ghetto and just like kind of like a low income area. This was like, it just felt like people get shot there.
Oh my god. I had a DoorDash like that with a big ass grocery order. It was like not a good area at all, bro. They had the fence and everything
It's
too.
always sketchy, dude.
Bro, and there were just people sitting outside just watching me, and I was just like, fuck, man, this is a little
They look at you like a slab of meat.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
bro.
let's get this motherfucker. But this house in particular was like extra bad because not only did the house look like a haunted house, like it was falling apart and like paint peeling off the walls and
Yeah.
just like
Just run
lights
down.
are never on inside. And
Yeah.
but also all around it are like bushes and trees. So it's like once you pass through onto their yard, it's like you're not even in the neighborhood anymore. Like nobody can see through this because
Oh,
it's
shit.
just a bunch of greenery. It's like they had hedges all around their house.
Damn.
So and these trees are not like healthy trees. They're like dying and look like willow trees or whatever. It feels spooky. And then not to mention you're in the hood. So like once you go onto their yard to walk up to their front door, it's just like darkness and like nobody can see through, and it just feels like a trap. And so I never liked delivering to that house, bro. Like I'm not just being exact. Like the gate thing, that was me in my head, but this house is bad news. And so every time I deliver there, I sprint. And it's funny because you take a picture when you drop the order off.
Yeah.
And I know they can tell that I'm spooked by the house because my picture every time I deliver there is like a blurry ass fucking like, it looks like I was running and just fucking snapped it behind my back.
Run back.
And it's all like motion blurred and shit.
Did you see the car skirt every time?
Dude, I skirt every time, dude. It's so crazy. But Yeah, and on this note of like hoods and sketchy areas, bro, Columbus. I've been in Columbus quite a bit recently because I've been going to like concerts and shit, which we'll get into. But Columbus is getting bad, bro. Like,
It's been bad, bro. I remember when I was like 15, I was downtown at like 5 in the morning with a group of people. Even with a group of people,
it's.
I mean, we were all young. This one creepy ass motherfucker came up to us and he was like tweaking. He was like, "You guys need to be careful. It's scary out here at this
Yeah, you're
time.
scary, dude.
You guys need to get home now. Like, what are you guys doing?" And
Some guy telling you shit's scary at 5 in the morning makes it scarier.
yeah, bro. Well, no, we were like, whoa, fuck this guy. We keep
Yeah,
walking.
no, you'd start running. What were you doing out at 5 in the morning in
Just being
Columbus?
kids, bro. Just
Yeah, that's true.
we found a fucking iPhone on the ground that night too.
Oh shit, dude!
It was funny.
So I've been like I'll get these notifications on my phone, like a news notification, because I have a couple apps, and you just always are hearing about shootings in Columbus. Like you hear about all kinds of shootings and like drug lords getting busted, and so I've been getting more of those to begin with, and then also when I'm driving through Columbus to go to these concerts, you know those little radar thingies that like they look like generators with like a light pole on top, and then they'll have like a solar panel, and then like police decals on them.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So do you know what those are?
No, they sometimes flash the police lights and
so those are to sense gunshots. So if you shoot a gun by one of those, they alert the police and they'll go to that location.
Well, how'd you figure that out?
I don't know if a friend told me or I Googled it, but yeah, that's what it is. If you clapped bricks by there, cops would come. You know how if you
We should try that.
I bet you, dude. I bet you. Because I'll tell a story of something similar happening. But yeah, so those things are to sense like if there's a shooting, so the cops know where to go and they can be there quick. There are so many more now.
Yeah.
Like they're on every corner.
Yeah. I see them all the time.
Yeah, dude. And because usually you'll see them like I used to just see them in like Walmart parking lots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw them when I was doing bread merchandising. I would see them all the time in Walmart parking lots.
I see them all in the back streets or like the neighborhoods with all the houses and shit in the dorms.
But now they're like in the frat neighborhoods and like where the sororities are and down by like University District and like campus. They're everywhere. Yeah. And I was like, there was one night I was driving and it was weird because I was like going down this one road and I saw one and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Turn a corner. Two of them. Like there was a couple lanes of traffic that you could be in. And there was like one on this side, one on this side. And I was like, what the fuck? Go down another street. Three of them just lined up on the road. I was like, people have died here for sure.
That shit's wild.
And so it's like, it's really telling of what the fuck's going on in the area.
Especially knowing that. I never knew that, though.
Yeah, dude. So I was just like, damn, shit must be getting bad out here.
Shit is getting horrible.
Not to mention, like, where we're at right now is, like, we're, like, kind of in the Worthington area. And if you go over those train tracks, it's always been kind of known, like, it switches up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like, so you'll see, like, a lot of homeless people. That was, like, the same area that I saw, like, the fucking oven ripped out and onto the street. You remember that?
I remember that.
Never seen a
Didn't you almost hit it or something?
Yeah, I had to swerve around it, dude. And so, but like there was one guy that me and you would always talk to that would be in this Worthington area that was like homeless, and it was two of them. There was the really drunk alcoholic
I remember
black
him.
dude.
Dude, I haven't seen that dude in forever.
I haven't either, and he's probably dead. Which is sad. Like R.I.P. He was really cool, but I mean, you have to imagine. We used to see him all the time, and the way he lived, he's probably gone.
He was pretty old, too, or older.
Too young though. You know what I mean? Like if he was living right, or like if he was in a better situation, he'd probably still be here. But
you remember those people at the library?
Oh, you talking about the time we were walking through at night and that guy had like skinned his leg?
Yeah, and he was wait, is that the same guy that like pissed on the side of the library?
It might be. I just when you said that, it made me think of the time we were like you said, being kids, and it was like 3 a.m. We were skating around, And back then, every now and then you get kind of spooked.
Oh yeah.
And so we were like passing the library, and this guy was just sitting there. His whole knee was like leaking blood, bro. And it was, I kind of know who you're talking about. But what I was saying is like there's like homeless people here now.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of new, and it's interesting. But
beside my work, there was when I worked at Subway in like 2017 or so. There was a a car shop that they were not using anymore. Like they were gonna destroy it and make it something else. And this guy that worked with me at Subway, he ended up getting in there and started living in there.
I remember that guy.
And then they made it a bank, and I haven't seen him since.
Yeah, imagine them like evicting him from his little squatting spot.
Shit.
Because he probably didn't get bothered for a while there until they wanted to build there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, there's just been a lot of shootings going on, and like for starters, my friend was going to. So my friend has been going to so many raves.
Oh yeah.
It's insane.
Bro,
like it's borderline a problem.
When you start, it lasts a while of you going. I mean, I used to go to them all the fucking time, and now I don't really go as much.
You can get worn out from it, and I want to get into that. But like, just to start, like he's been going so heavy. He was one of the friends I went to hijinks with in Philly, and ever since then, he's just been hitting them every weekend.
Yeah,
which is like no judgment, have fun. Get
they're like $20. It's cheap.
20, 40, like it just. But yeah, usually they're like 20, like around that range
instead of like $150 a fucking ticket.
And it's usually really good vibes and just a great time, and you can have a lot of fun, but like he's hitting them hard.
Yeah, I bet.
And so there was this one he went to, and as he was leaving, there was like cop cars just rushing down the street, and he was driving home, just leaving Scully's or whatever, and he said he heard like 30 gunshots. Damn. He thought they were fireworks at first, but then he could hear like different calibers of guns being shot back and forth. And then he starts seeing all these groups of people just running one direction, like running away from the gunfire. Yeah, it was crazy. And this is in Short North.
Yeah.
And so that shit's popping off, and then he sees all these cop cars, and turns out there was like a shooting. And so I went with him the other day, and a similar thing happened. We were driving, and we're like, there's always traffic when you're getting out of these raves.
Yeah,
like a bunch of people.
So much traffic.
Yeah, so you're just like bumper to bumper, and then one cop car flies by, and it's bumper to bumper. So he's like going in the incoming traffic lane, and dumbasses are like stopped, like so he has nowhere to go, and the cop has to like fucking beep at him to back up and move.
Yeah.
But anyway, like so one car passes, another cop car, like they're just coming from all directions, and we're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
There was like so many of them, and so we kind of just like stopped thinking about it after we got out the area, but like a lot of cop cars. And then later that night we're chilling, and I look on my Instagram and I see this girl, and she's on Instagram Live, and I'm really torn about this. I don't know if I've talked to you about it, but she's on Instagram Live, and she's like sitting in front of all these cop cars and the Short North area. So immediately I heard her talking, and I was like, oh, she probably is explaining what happened. And she's like, I'm so fucking pissed. These dumbass police officers won't let me get to my house because there was a shooting right in front of my house. There's like 7 people dead and a cop got shot, and they won't let me get to my fucking house. Like, what the fuck? This is so dumb. I can't believe this shit. I just want to go home. And I'm like, okay, let's dissect this for a second.
Why would you want to be in that area?
For that, get out of that area because clearly shit's popping off. Yeah. Move. But secondly, so yeah, it's dumb that you can't go home. That sucks. But do you hear yourself, lady? There's 8 people dead, and you're talking about, I want to go home. Like, okay, can we maybe for a second factor in the fact that there's people dead, and you just want to complain about laying in bed? I mean, I don't know how to feel about it.
Sounds like she's been through that a lot.
Yeah,
She's,
because if
like,
you live in
tired
Short
of it.
North, like you're probably dealing with a lot of fucking bullshit.
Still,
like that.
people die and shit. Like, you shouldn't.
I don't know how to feel about it because part of me is like, okay, that's stupid. They won't let you go home. Like, just let her walk home. But they wouldn't let her go through this certain area because there's probably bodies.
Yeah.
That's like probably a crime scene.
Why would you want to see that shit?
Yeah, she just wants to get. She's like, I'm in heels. Oh my god. But then secondly, I'm like, dude, you gotta be a little patient when it comes to people being dead. Like,
Exactly.
people just lost their lives. Have some respect, and you're just freaking out.
Yeah.
But like at the same, but I'm going back and forth of like, okay, you should be able to get to your home, but at the same time, it's like, don't be complaining on live, making it sound like you're the most important thing that's happening
like,
tonight.
that's just.
When 8 funerals need to be arranged now.
That's
Like,
so fucked, yeah.
but yeah, that was like 2 nights ago.
Damn, that's wild.
So apparently there was like this big standoff with like a cop, and like I think they were serving like an arrest warrant, and like it just ended in like a shootout. 7 people, dude. That should be on like national television. Like,
I mean, did you hear about the mall shooting that
in
just
Texas?
happened?
Yeah, dude. I think it was like 6 or 7 people died, and
Yeah.
then this isn't much different. And I haven't I think they're low key keeping it under wraps because like I can find a couple articles about it, but not a bunch, and it's just pretty wild, dude.
Maybe.
Like, and so the fact that there's just all that shit popping off down there it's pretty much anybody watching. If you guys are gonna go party in Short North or the campus area, get your head on a swivel. Be careful because it's dark out there. My friend just got maced the other day.
Really?
Yeah, dude. He was apparently like I think he was like in a fight outside of some club.
Okay.
Which okay, maybe not do that. But apparently this was the same night as the shooting.
Okay.
So the cops were just not having it.
Okay.
Lost all patience. So as soon as they saw
they deal with shit all the time.
yeah, and then they just lost one of their buddies. So when they saw this fight, apparently they just maced the whole crowd, like, stop it.
Yeah.
It sounded like there was like no hesitation. Yeah.
There's so many back and forth shit with those situations, bro.
That's what makes it so difficult because it's like you need understanding on both sides to be like to get the whole picture.
Yeah.
But then there's people who are just jumping to conclusions of like, no, fuck you, you don't mace me. But then on the cop side, they're like, I just lost my fucking friend, and I don't know what's gonna happen when you guys keep fighting. It's like, it's difficult.
It is.
But
Very scary.
yeah, I went to that rave. That was pretty crazy. It was fun. Oh, I might have to hold on. Pause it for a second. We're back. All right. Sorry about that. I forgot. Oh, can you shut that door? Or just like, yeah. So yeah, I went to this rave because I've been trying to like join in on my buddy's little rampage because, it just being so busy with everything going on is just I have to try and like get a mix of like having some sort of social life because if you just work all the time and don't like, link up with your friends every now and then and keep in the fucking circle, then friendships can start to decay, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to seem like I don't care to see my friends and everything, and I want to have fun. You have to have fun mixed in with work, or else you'll start losing it. So,
take time out for yourself sometimes.
yeah, exactly. So I went to this rave the other day, and it was pretty fun. I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about, but like we were saying earlier, raves you can really get into a phase with them because it's just like, it's like a party with music, and everybody's got good energy for the most part.
Yeah.
Because
It's all different types of people, groups of people, and everything too. It's like you get to really know you get to know people that you never thought you would meet and stuff like that, and you vibe out real.
exactly, and like all kinds of different ages, and like,
Yeah.
and for the most part, there's like no judgment. You can
No.
kind of just be whoever you want to be.
That's the cool part about it.
And like it's just all good vibes. But then the other side of raves is like, dude, there is an eerie vibe of like sadness. Like if you start looking around, like there's people who like all they have are these raves and these nights where they get to go crazy, and like there's also mixed in amounts of people who are not supposed to be there, and they're just trying to either get fucked up on drugs or they're trying to like fuck people.
Bro, I've seen so many people get rushed out because they're fucking overheating or took too many drugs.
Dude, I have a story about that, but like with this, I just like I want to touch on the fact that like, dude, there's rave creepers. Like there's people who will just be on weird shit and be fucked up, and they'll start touching girls' asses and start like saying weird shit to girls, and like they just get.
Well, it doesn't help when the normal or the average rave girl is wearing fucking short
half
booty,
naked.
Actually, like nothing, wearing thongs and fucking a brawl to the rave and shit.
Yeah, because you're either dressed completely insane, like you're supposed to dress like wild at raves, or like the girls will go like naked pretty much.
Yeah.
If you went in there pretty much completely naked and like pasties and maybe underwear,
Literally it'd be pasties
people wouldn't really bat an eye. And so guys who can't handle that, and guys who don't really know how to be like,
I remember there's every type of group in there. So.
Old people, young people, fucked up people, sober people, just all kinds of shit. And so me and my friends have been like joking around / kind of being serious, because we made friends with the security guard who we might have on the podcast. A security guard at Scully's has got to have some stories.
Oh, bro,
he said he did, and he's down. But
sweet.
Let me know in the comments if you want a security guard at Scully's on. But anyway, this guy's cool, and so we were talking about like, bro, we should just start making a rave busters group. Like if we find a creeper, like we do almost every time, we just link up with the security guy and get them the fuck out. Because, dude, you'll find people just touching asses and, like, saying weird shit like, what's up, bitch? What's a good baby girl? And then they get denied, and then they freak out.
Mm-hmm.
And like, meanwhile, they're drooling because they're off 3 different drugs. Yeah. And so, we were joking about, like, we need to just we need to get a group together and then bounce these weirdos. But, so anyway, the shit I got for my car, when you go to a rave, you can like collect these little knickknacks, or like
talking about the pens.
Well, no, like sometimes you'll get like a little doll. Those are my keys. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes we'll get like a little doll. I forget what they call them, but those are kind of like legendary. Or they'll give you like bracelets.
Oh yeah, candies.
Yeah, which by the way, there's this like weird thing that they'll do when they want to put a bracelet on you.
You touch hands, and then you do this little thing, and then you switch them. I've done it to hundreds
I was
of people.
so fucked up one time, and this girl walked up to me and started doing that, and I was like,
"We are one."
Yeah, I was like, "What do you want?" She like did this thing with her hand, like this or whatever, and I was like, I went to like shake her. I was like, what's going on? Like, what do you want me to finger you or something?
Oh my God. Back to what we were just saying.
So I was like, I don't know what you want me to do. And she pretty much just ended up grabbing my hand and
showing you how to do it.
Yeah. Still didn't get it. I was so high that night. I hit the dab pen
That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to make candies and you bring them to a rave and you spread them.
Yeah, I need to bring some of my own. But anyway, I started picking up these little finger things.
Oh my God.
This thing is so sick, bro. My friend that's been doing these raves, he brings one of these with him every time. And dude, it's like a little hand on your finger. Yeah. And
you gotta get a smaller one to put on.
Literally, dude. It's like a secret fucking pass, bro. You can get through a crowd just going like this to people. And
oh my gosh, that would trip me out.
Dude, it's so funny.
Bro, if I saw some dude, I'd be like,
bro, stop it, dude. You need to chill. So, yeah. And it would be so funny because he'll go through a crowd doing that to everybody he passes, and like he'll be like doing that and like this, and it's so funny if you watch the people's faces. At first they'll be like, "What the fuck, dude?" Yeah. And then like a split second later, they're like, "Hell yeah, dude, I fuck with it." And so it's weird seeing them switch up. I haven't seen anybody be creeped out by it yet, but people have been creeped out for like 4 seconds, and it's weird in those times because they're like, What? Oh, that's so sick. And so, yeah, this little hand thing is sick. And then kind of to your point, I've been getting in that rave culture. So this is a little thing you put on your fingers, right? And so I was doing this because, like, put the finger thing on the finger thing.
Bro, what the fuck?
Tell me this wouldn't fuck you up, dude.
That would fuck me You just pulled out your hand. Or
Yeah, look at my little friend. His name's Tyler. So yeah, just raves are crazy. This is pretty much the
now
point.
they're making shit specifically to fuck with you.
Oh yeah, dude, it's really wild.
No, I've gotten a couple pens. I've gotten like this Rick and Morty one where it was like, what's that called? What's Cat and Hat? But it's like thing 1 and thing 2, and
Oh,
Rick and
yeah.
Morty is thing 1 and thing 2. It's pretty cool.
Shout out thing 1 and thing 2.
That thing is sweet.
Yeah, so I got those little things because I've been trying to get some because I just started going to them, and I don't go to them like super often.
Bro, it's real as fuck. It's got veins and everything.
I know, dude, it's creepy. If you go, for me at least, I can go to one a weekend maybe.
No, yeah.
But then like after that first one, I'm like, I need a break because your ears die in there.
Yeah.
Half the time because the last one with the raves, I went to this one in a church, which was the sickest one, dude.
Sounds sweet.
This one was so fun because it was in like an old church that they turned into a concert venue. And there's like multiple floors and shit. The bathrooms were actually decent. And like VIP sections and shitty drinks. But like this one was crazy because not only was the music sick, it was like heavy metal EDM.
Okay, yeah.
And I wish I could remember the guy that played because he's like a pretty big guy. But it was really fun. But a couple little notes on that. First of all, the church was sick. When I went to this thing, I was like, all right, I got like convinced then. I was like, all right, I'll go, but I got to be out by like 12:30.
That doesn't work.
Yeah, no, it never works. And so I was like trying to get out by that certain time, and then we were supposed to meet up with our other friend that was coming later, and he didn't get there until like 12.
Oh, fuck.
And so I was like trying to tell him like, yeah, bro, I'm about to be leaving in like 30 minutes. And he was like, nah, you're not. And so
You're drought.
So I'm trying to like rush through this because I don't want to go into like a huge fucking rave part, but like it was super fun. But then like there's these people like we were talking about. There's fucked up people there, and they're just wandering around like wet zombies, just fucking soaked in whatever, like either tequila or fucking sweat
So you don't overheat.
or puke. Like, dude, so there'd be like people wobbling around who are clearly too fucked up and overheating, and they would like bump into you and they just like drench your arm because they're just shirtless and wet.
Mm-hmm.
And I call them wet zombies. It's weird, dude.
Bro, when they touch you, bro, it's
Yeah, dude, because you don't smell the same after that. My buddy put out like essential oils.
Oh yeah.
He has this fan, like a big like fold out fan, which is pretty sick, and you can just fan people down and they love it.
Oh yeah, they love it.
But he drenched essential oils onto the fan, so when you're fanning people, it smells good, because people smell bad in there.
I always have to take a shower after I go to a rave.
Oh yeah, dude, you can, yeah, for sure. And so, where was I going with that? Yeah, just
Essential oils with them.
yeah. So he
Smells
did.
good.
He put the essential oils on like all his rave clothes, and he'll go in like just to paint the picture. People who go to raves will wear like he wore a construction vest with like a big like scarf thing, like a big. It's like a wider scarf, like more like a small blanket.
Okay.
And so like just looking crazy, and he has these like glasses that pixelate everything almost, and like split everything up into different dimensions. It's too much.
these.
Yeah, dude, it's too much. I wear my sunglasses in there, because it's so bright and shit. And I'm doing it.
Show.
Yeah, I love the lasers, but
Me too.
most of the Scully shows don't even have good lasers, and other than the headliners, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, there was this one girl. We went up to the bathrooms to like take a bathroom break, and then we were like walking out, and we see this girl, and she's with this guy, and I shit you not, she's like fully hyperventilating, like
Fuck.
like crying and like really losing her shit, but and then like hyperventilating, like really losing it, and she's like losing it and crying, and we walk up to him, and first of all, we like. Unfortunately, like I said, there's creeps in there, so you got to make sure that she even knows the guy that's like trying to help her out. Because like it's nice to help her out, but he had like his arm around her, and he was like baby, come on. But we just wanted to make sure that they knew each other. Because, like I said, sometimes you'll see people who are fucked up or overheating or losing it and they don't know what's going on. And a guy will just walk up and try and take advantage of them.
Oh, yeah.
So we try to make sure that none of that shit's going down. And so, yeah, like they knew each other and she was like bad. Like she was really cute. And so she's like hyperventilating and me and my friend walk up to her and we're like helping her out and trying to talk her down. And I'm like explaining to her like, here, you need to like breathe in through your nose and like let your chest rise or like let your more like your core rise. And like I'm explaining to her and trying to like get her to calm down. And we end up like chilling her out and talking to her and making her laugh and everything. And it was so funny, dude, because we ended up just like partying with them. And she went from like losing her shit to like, okay, let's go fucking crazy. And like, we're all dancing together. And dude, this was like towards the end of the night when I was like trying to get out of there. The thing that really pushed me over the edge of like, all right, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Is me and my friend are with this girl, right? And we met her at the same time. And I'm like, we're like hanging out. And then we're in this mosh pit. And we're all dancing together. I like look at my phone for a second or something. Like I look away and then I look back and my friend is literally getting her number. And this is one of those friends that's like always gets the girl.
Oh.
And it's like, all right, dude, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, fuck you. And so it was just funny because he's just like, of course.
Time to go.
Yeah, I was like, of course you did. My mission is
Of course
failed.
you did.
Yeah, my mission has failed. So
At Scully's, sometimes I have the upstairs open, and they'll have like pens and shit you can buy, or like they'll open the bar, or like there'll be a DJ up there. So it's fun because you get to like be right there while they're DJing instead of like the stage like blocking you off.
yeah, there's not like much of a separation.
It's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, and there's like they'll have like little gift shops where you can get rave gear and shit. But yeah, those were fun. Been to a few of those since we had our last.
Met a lot of cool ass people at raves, man.
Didn't you meet this guy like the Bubble Man or something?
Bubble Man? Yeah, I've known Bubble Man. He goes to every show, bro. Like I should.
Explain
to his house.
Explain it to the people. Like who is he and what does he do? Why is he the Bubble Man?
I think he works for the government because he tried to give me a job one time.
I've seen him before. That guy does not look like he should be working for the government.
But
he's nice.
I've been to his house. Me and a group of friends went to his house one time and we chilled.
Seems like more of a hut man.
Smoke. Dude, his house is sweet. Like in his basement, he has it all set up cool as fuck and a big ass like computer setup and shit and like a big screen. Excuse me.
Bronchitis.
A big screen to like play music in his basement and shit and make shit turn and shit. But he's this guy who goes all the raves he can, or you expect him to be there.
Yeah.
And he'll just get dressed up with different types of things that like glow and shit.
Isn't he usually shirtless?
Yeah. Or in like a tank top or something.
Yeah.
He used to bring a
Because he gets hot.
bucket full of different things to give out to people to play with and like let you trip even
Here,
more.
play with this.
It'd be like glow swords, glow fucking bracelets, and all kinds of shit. But he has this one thing he always carries with him, and it's a glowing bubble machine.
It's like a bubble gun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes around just spraying bubbles on which makes me think, how many canisters of bubbles do you think he brings with him?
I saw him reload one time.
No way.
Yeah, I ran up to him with my friend, and he knew him, and I knew of him from you.
Yeah.
And so we started talking to him for a second, and then my friend was like, hit me with some bubbles or some shit like that. And he's like, all right, hold on. And he like had his gun, and he like pulled out this bag, and then he like pulled out like a canister thing, and like put some soap in it. And he's like, all right, I got you, and started shooting again. So he had like ran out. And so it was funny. But yeah, dude, he probably has to carry a fuck ton of bubbles on him.
Yeah.
Stocked to the gills with the bubs.
Because he's sitting there literally spraying the whole crowd all hours, bro.
Dude, I wonder how many people have gotten like a bubble right in their eye. They're like, fuck! What's But
right in the mouth.
Yeah, dude. So just been enjoying some shit. And then what else? Is there anything else I need? Dude, it smells like shit in there, by the way. Any rave usually smells like
Imagine the
fucking
people
sweat
have to
and
clean
ranch.
You see all the shit on the floor?
Yeah, dude, literal shit, vomit, fucking
Dude,
people
I've seen
lose
people
shit.
find dab carts on the floor and
And then
pick
just-
them up and smoke them.
I told a story about doing
Bro,
that.
I know. That was
Philly.
common as fuck, bro.
Yeah,
People do
dude,
that.
it's crazy. Somebody tried to dose me with
I found
DMT.
money before on the ground and shit.
My friend dropped a shirt and went back to get a shirt off the fucking sweaty ground. I was like, dude, that shirt's not the same
Staying
anymore.
Shirtless.
Yeah, nah, dude. So that's I guess that's it with the rave bit. I went to a Louis Capaldi concert, which is a completely different vibe. It was like,
What type of music?
see, it's interesting you say that because it's actually hard for me to explain it because they on Apple Music it's like said to be alternative, but he's like
That's like the new thing, alternative rock.
yeah, but that could be so many
Alternative.
different things. Like it's not rock,
Anything.
it's not R&B. He sings like I don't know how to say it but I'm a big fan. Like I love his music and he's a really chill dude.
Yeah.
One day we'll get the motherfucker on.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But he's like hilarious and it's funny because I didn't know what to expect with like the people you would see at these shows cuz like he has like number one hits.
Yeah.
And then also like his music is played in like grocery stores.
Oh shit.
Like I've made jokes about how like he has like a lot of sad breakup music and they'll play his music in Kroger all the fucking time and it's like, dude, why does it have to be sad? Like cuz
It just doesn't have cussing it.
yeah, I guess, dude. But yeah, so that was an amazing show, but it was a completely different crowd from the raves because it's like a bunch of like white girls and like a bunch of dudes too, but like it's usually like boyfriend and girlfriends.
Okay.
I went with my fucking mom.
I bet that was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Because it was like a Christmas present. So I went with her because we don't really do much together anymore. So I thought that would be a good time and it was fun. But like. It was funny. She was like helping scheme to get to the front of the crowd. Like she was like, because I was telling her, I was like, I don't like, are you gonna be able to like keep up and like get to the front with me? And she was like, yeah, of course. And so when we get there, she's like, I was like plotting my route, and then she just comes out and she's like says it like obnoxiously loud. She's like, aren't our friends up there?
Oh yeah.
It's just the two of us. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, sure, mom. And so. So we start like sneaking through, like, sorry, we're trying to meet up with our friends. Sorry, we're trying to meet up with our friends. And we get to like a comfortable spot. And on the way there, by the way, like this is where it's completely opposite from the raves. Because when you go to a concert, expect to fucking have your shoes stepped on occasionally or get somebody bump into you. Like, don't be aggressive with it. But like shit happens. It's a fucking concert and we're all like moshed into this fucking small space. So chill.
Yeah.
And I'm walking through and I like barely step on this girl's Vans and she's like, that's my foot. And it's like, yeah, and this is a concert. Shut the fuck up. Like, that's so dumb, dude. That's my foot. Like, would you bring your Balenciagas out? Like, it's a concert. Like, don't expect to have your shoes be pristine.
Like, oh, I thought that was your hand.
Yeah, it's like, dude, just shut up. And so nobody would ever do that at a rave. Like people will get thrown into each other.
They push each other.
Yeah, you get punched and still be like, all right, like.
Bro, I've seen some people get knocked down, bro.
That's the funny thing, dude.
Pick them right up. Everybody picks the person right back up and pushes them.
Rave people look out for everybody. If you're for the most part, because there's the occasional creeper, but mostly if you get fucked up or you're like. Not okay. Somebody will come up and be like, are you good? Like, can I help you? Do you need gum? Do you need water? And they'll hook you up. I've seen people like about to puke and then people will rush them like and cut the whole line for them and be like, yeah, you get into the bathroom. They need to get in. Yeah. So that's cool. But yeah, this girl's bitching about her shoe. And I'm like, dude, shut up. And so we get to a comfortable spot. And it was so funny because this girl behind us, I don't think it was the same one about the shoe, but it was some other rude girl. Mm-hmm. Maybe she meant this genuinely, but I don't think she did. She was like, did you find your friends? And so I was like, yeah, I think they're coming. They're coming.
They're coming.
Yeah, somewhere.
They told us to meet us right here.
Yeah, dude. So I was like, shit, we got caught. And so it was funny.
Damn it, Mom.
Did you find your friends? Yeah, I think I did. So that was a fun show. He killed it. I was like just screaming lyrics because he does the type of music where you're just fucking belting out shit in your car. Like, and I knew every word. It's not like rap where it's like you got to catch up. It's like perfect sing-along music and shit.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Roamed around Cincinnati. Weird thing is they don't have men's clothes in Cincinnati. They like I was talking to these shop owners because we were talking to like these designers, like boutique shops and shit. And this girl was telling us like, yeah, we really have like a shortage on men's clothes. You're gonna like struggle to find men's clothes out here. And I was like, what?
What?
How is that even a thing?
Yeah.
Like, you just like females out here? Like, I don't get it. And so we found this like, I was sad because I found this like skate shop, but it was also like Supreme type clothing, like hype clothing, streetwear shit. And they were fucking closed. Like it was like one of those things where it's like I'll be back in a minute.
Oh
like,
fuck, he was on break or something.
Yeah, but I didn't. We waited for a little bit and we like.
I used to do that when I used to do that when I went to
Subway?
the bathroom. Yeah, or
Yeah,
like
dude.
wanted to chill or something.
Bro, I remember fucking in the bathroom at your Subway.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, dude, I had to. I used to be on a
One of the top wildest places, huh?
dude, probably because I used to be on a mission to like rack up weird places to fuck in. Like,
Dude,
fucked in the woods.
I remember I went and
Subway bathroom is.
I went and smoked one time because I used to smoke in the back all the fucking time, bro. And a cop came in and I had to make an order, bro, after smoking, bro.
Oh, dude.
I know she smelled it, bro.
Yeah, because it's not even fun being in the same gas station as a cop when you're high.
No.
I can't imagine making their food.
Are you high? Hi, how are you?
I think it's hello, sir.
Yeah, I think.
But yeah, no, it's. I don't like police when you're high. It's just so uncomfortable. But
Not as uncomfortable as that time that we went and fucking spray painted and walked the tracks and we just got done
God,
smoking.
dude.
We were like 14.
I remember that so vividly, bro, because we were on a train track under a bridge where we shouldn't have even been in the first place.
No.
And we're walking back and this cop just parks
On
and
the
we had
track.
just
Well, not
smoked.
on the track, but like right there.
Yeah, right next to it. And we were high as a kite because we're like 14. And dude, I remember him like asking us our address, and I was
Our
like,
mom's number and all that.
I'm pretty sure it's like, do you have any?
He didn't even know, bro. Like,
Yeah.
It didn't even.
Yeah, it
click.
was weird because he didn't do anything.
No.
He just like asked us questions.
But that's the thing too, is we had a whole bunch of friends that would take that trail home and shit, and it would be the fast way to get home. Or
I have some friends who were in a like literally being chased by police, and a train was like stopped across the tracks, and they can't like run around it, so they had to like climb underneath it. Imagine a dude if it starts. That's like my worst fear, dude. You know you can fit underneath the train.
I could see, yeah.
Like you can like there's a space underneath to where you can do it. But I heard you'll be like deaf. Like it'll cuz imagine how loud that is on both sides of your
You mean like just riding under a train?
No, like under like on the tracks. A train going over you like this, but there's space that where you can like go like this.
Oh, and just let it.
Yeah.
Bro, I've always heard that you would get sucked up.
Sucked up.
Yeah, like.
I've seen videos of people doing it. Maybe it's only certain types of tracks. I don't recommend you do it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I know certain trains you can just like be under it. But
That's scary, bro. I don't
dude,
know.
I remember always when we were kids, we would see trains crossing all the time, and I would always be like, how slow does that have to be going for me to like jump on? Because that was always the dream.
Train
Yeah.
somewhere.
We should do that sometime. We
That'd be
should like
fun.
take podcast equipment and do a podcast on the train and then hop off when we're done
Yeah, that'd be
and see where we end up.
That's what we should do, is come up with a way to like travel and record. Like
All we need is a portable power pack.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Because I've watched podcasts where people do it in their car, and like these comedians will be on tour and they need a podcast to get recorded, so they'll just record it while they're driving.
Yeah.
This dude I was always curious about this, bro. This dude will be driving with one hand, mic in the other, and talking for a podcast. I could not do that.
Multitasking at its
That's like
finest.
triple tasking, dog.
Triple tasking.